I'm 71 now. Still got enough teeth to chew raw carrots, good enough eyesight to read the back of a cereal box, and enough memory to remember the name of my youngest grandchild, the one who loves red shoes. I'm not saying this to brag. In fact, there was a time when I wasn't doing this well. I'd go up and down the stairs, and my knees would groan. I'd lie in bed at night and toss and turn. Woke up in the morning with cloudy eyes and a foggy mind. Back then, I didn't think about food. I just thought, well, I'm old now. That's how it goes. But then one day, I ended up in the hospital because my blood pressure spiked. The doctor didn't lecture me or anything. He just asked, "Do you think it might be time to take a closer look at what you're eating?" That was when I realized I don't need to eat like a young person anymore. I need to eat like someone who wants to live well, move slower, and avoid aging before my time. So I started to change, slowly. I didn't follow any thick diet books or jump on trendy bandwagons. I just listened to my body, paid attention to every meal, every night of sleep, and every little ache that showed up. And over time, I noticed there were some foods I used to eat often, thinking they were harmless, but they were speeding up the aging process. I stopped eating them. And instead, I picked what I now call the small daily gifts of old age. Today, I want to share these foods with you, not to preach or tell anyone what to do, just one older person sharing what's worked from a wooden house deep in the pines of Maine. I used to have a cookie at night, sometimes a butter biscuit, sometimes a muffin. It seemed harmless. But over time, I noticed my skin getting dull, my mind sluggish, and my stomach bloated. Then I read that refined sugar, especially the kind hidden in pastries, sodas, and jams, was a major driver of cell aging. So I switched to blueberries. These tiny, purple, soft, sweet little fruits. I still remember the first time I sprinkled a handful of frozen blueberries on my warm oatmeal. At first, I didn't notice much, but after a week, I found myself more alert when reading the morning paper. My eyes didn't feel so tired. My brain wasn't so foggy. Blueberries, I read in a medical journal, are full of anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that help fight inflammation and support memory and heart health. Now, I eat about half a cup every day. Fresh or frozen, it's my quiet little medicine for my brain and heart. Back then, I didn't eat much green. I liked my potatoes fried and my plate full of beige food. Honestly, I didn't like the taste of leafy greens. They were bland, hard to chew, and boring. But one day, I slipped stepping off my front porch. I didn't fall hard, but my knees buckled. The doctor said, "You were lucky. Your bones are weakening." That's when I learned. Leafy greens, like spinach, kale, and collards, are packed with vitamin K, lutein, and folate, all of which are essential for strong bones and healthy eyes. So, I made a promise to myself, one dark green food every day. Sometimes I saute them with garlic, sometimes I toss them into chicken soup, and sometimes I blend them into a smoothie with fruit. Greens didn't make my wrinkles disappear, but they kept me from falling. They made my eyes less tired when sewing late into the night. I call greens the shield of old age. They don't sparkle, they don't taste like cake, but they help me stand tall every single day. Back in the day, I avoided fat. Fat was a dirty word, but now I understand not all fats are bad. I discovered avocados, creamy, smooth, buttery, and surprisingly healthy. They contain monounsaturated fats, which help lower bad cholesterol and support memory and skin elasticity. I often mash half an avocado with a hard-boiled egg and spread it on whole grain toast. It doesn't look fancy, but it's the kind of meal that makes my cardiologist smile. And I smile too, because every time I eat avocado, I feel like I'm moisturizing from the inside out. Healthy fats are our friends in later life. Avocados, olive oil, fatty fish, these are the quiet defenders against aging that I never appreciated when I was younger. Speaking of fatty fish, let me tell you about my left knee. A few years ago, I had to rub menthol cream on it every morning just to walk down the hall. But ever since I started eating salmon, sardines, or mackerel 2 or 3 times a week, I no longer need that jar of ointment. Fatty fish are rich in omega-3s, which reduce inflammation and support the brain, heart, and joints. A simple dinner of baked salmon and steamed greens, it's not a restaurant meal, but it helps me sleep better and wake up pain-free. I call these fish brain grease, because since I've added them to my routine, I remember birthdays better, and I haven't missed a doctor's appointment once. And then there's one thing I treasure more than all the rest, extra virgin olive oil. I keep a small bottle right next to my tea canister. Every day I use 1 or 2 tablespoons in salads, sautéed vegetables, or drizzled over a bowl of soup. High quality olive oil is full of polyphenols, which fight inflammation, support the heart, and keep our skin from drying out. I used to think all cooking oils were the same. They're not. Olive oil is a gift to people like me, and I save up just to buy a good one, because I know this is the best little gift I give my heart every single day. Of course, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I still nibble a cookie. I still crave an ice cold soda in the summer. But then I remind myself, this body is my home for the rest of my life. I don't follow strict diets. I don't count calories or skip meals. I just choose foods that help me sleep well, move easily, and smile each morning when I wake up. If you're my age or even a few years older, please don't wait for the hospital visit to make changes. Just start with 1 avocado a week, a small bowl of blueberries in the morning, a scoop of greens, a serving of fatty fish, a spoonful of olive oil. That's how I've slowed down the aging clock. Not with magic, but with care, habit, and love. Thank you for sitting with me, listening to one older soul talk about these little foods that carry so much love. If this video brought you something useful, please subscribe to The Health Revival, tap the like button, and share it with someone you care about. We can't rewind time, but we can live slower, clearer, and healthier, one small meal at a time. May God bless you and your family. See you in the next video.